How the hell people work 65 hours or more a week? I worked 84 hours per week for about 6 months. It was basically work, eat, sleep, repeat. For about 6 months straight. They are just exhausted. Lots of coffee or other caffeinated beverage. No life except for commute, work, eat, sleep. Because sometimes you have no choice. I've worked as many as 80 HRS per week consistently for periods of time. It sucks, your productivity declines and you start to make stupid mistakes. Your personal life suffers and eventually your health. I will close by saying that many jobs require 60 HRS per week, especially leadership roles in the States. Not only that, but most roles as you gain more responsibility require you to be available 247. I've been working about 60 hours per week for the last 2.5 years. It's not easy, but it's necessary to keep my business going. We do it in the hopes of better days to come. Because you have to, especially in Ontario where it's impossible to stay afloat. Tack on the 2+ hour commutes as well. The paycheck is crazy, and yeah, you go crazy after a while. Basically, you tell yourself, 1 year, 2, and keep putting one foot in front of the other. You hate yourself, but it's like pregnancy afterwards, you don't remember the pain. I once worked 8 days in a week. I don't know. I sure don't. I assume they are just a lot stronger and more disciplined than me. It depends on the job, I assume. Covering an inauguration or a national crisis as a reporter for a week with little sleep, but while adrenaline-fueled, is more interesting than being a CPA buried in numbers and missing lost receipts with a tax season deadline bearing down. I worked about 80 HRs week on a salary. Wasn't hard because I loved my work so much, it was my hobby. Technology was so much fun in the 90s. There's 168 hours in a week. I did it in college. It sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Then for some people they just like working on whatever they are doing, so they spend all their free time working. Work is their hobby. I had a boss who basically worked 7-7 almost daily MF, then a few hours on Saturday. I think he just didn't like his family and our office was quiet. I did it and a lot more for 9 months, even pulling a few 24-hour shifts. This happens when your company won't train anyone else for your job and you're a fool. As some mentioned, when you start this, you get used to it. I've done for like 2-3 years at 12 H a day, with my record being 18 H in a day. When you have a purpose, a target and work towards that, everything becomes easier. Now done with that and back to 8 H a day. I remember when I changed, for me it didn't feel normal. So easy it was. Often out of necessity. Sometimes you need the money, sometimes it's just to get the job done. When I get into mowing season I average 12-hour days between mowing, maintenance, and all the other little landscaping projects that pop up, plus whatever scheduled projects I already have. Gotta make hay while the sun shines. You have to do what you have to do for your family. I work a 50-hour salary management job and own a business where I work another 30 hours per week. You eat, sleep, kiss your family and go do it again. Times are tough and money doesn't go nearly as far as it used to. 5 12-hour days is 60 hours. I've done 6-10 12-hour days before for months. 65 hours can become nothing. Because their family is counting on them. It really depends on your job. Physically demanding jobs of course suck. People that have desk jobs it's quite easier.